Hi, this is the first scenario in module 7, loading a CSV file. CSV file is a comma separated values file. It is a delimited file, also called as flat file. So let's jump into the demonstration. So before that, we will look into the file. This is the CSV file. We have customers underscore csv.csv file. It has the header and the data rows. The separator here in this file is comma. It is delimited by comma. So these are the comma separated values files. So we will load this file into the database table. I have already prepared the package to load this CSV file, and to load this file I have already prepared a table in which we will load the data. So this is the table, files data. It has couple of columns as per the files plus additional columns. So it has the customer ID, the first name, last name, address, zip city, zip code, city, phone number, email, which are available in the flat file, and an additional column, package name. So using this package we will identify from which package this data was loaded. In the package we have the data flow task, and inside data flow task we have the flat file source and a derived column transformation, then the ADO.NET destination. The flat file source requires a connection, flat file connection manager. So we have already a connection manager, FMCM flat file connection manager CSV file. So this is the connection. Here we have browsed this file and have provided the name for this connection manager. And locale is by default English United States as per the operating system and the machine. Code page is also taken from my machine, and this is 1252. If the file is Unicode, we can choose or check this Unicode check button. The format is delimited. There are other formats: fixed fixed width and rect right. We have the delimited file, and in text qualifier I have provided a double quote to avoid any issue, and so it will assume that the file has the double quotes, although we do not have, but qualifying the text we have used this. And header row delimiter, this is inferred from the file itself. This is crlf, the new line character. And if we want to skip the header rows, let's suppose there are some comments in the file in couple of rows, so we can skip those rows from the header to skip. There is no such comment or any uh, special row, so I have this 0. And this column names in the first data row, yes it has, we have the column names in the first data row. And then inside the columns, the row delimiter is the default one, that is a new line crlf. If it is not inferred properly, we can choose and try which one works. And we have the row delimiter, and the column delimiter is comma. In general tab there was the header row delimiter, which is the row delimiter, but we do not have the column delimiter. So it is available inside the columns. We can choose if there is any other column delimiter. So for this is the comma, and it shows a couple of records there as a preview. And in advanced tab, we have the list of all the columns available in the file, and we can perform some operations here itself, such as renaming the column and changing the data types and setting the text qualified. So if we want to change this name, we can change it, but we do not need. And the column delimiter, I have never changed it from there because I have used this column delimiter inside this columns tab. So there is no need to change this one here, but we have to change the data types to map it as per our destination. So let me open this side by side with this. So for customer ID, in our table, we have taken it as a int. So here uh, I have mapped this data type to DTI4. This is a 4 byte signed integer. So because why we have changed it? Because the file reads or has all the columns as a text or string, and if we want to load as it is in the n varchar or varchar data type columns in the table, all the columns with the n varchar or varchar, we do not need to change it. But for n varchar Unicode string, we would need to make sure that it is Unicode. Otherwise, if we have proper data types in the table as a destination table, and if it is possible without any further transformation, we can apply this inside this advanced tab. So column ID is changed as per our destination table. The column is int, so we have changed it accordingly. And first name is also changed to WSTR. This is Unicode string, and its output column width is 80. And similarly, the last name, address, its length is 100. You can see there. Zip code, its length is 10. In our table, we have taken it as 10. City, it is 50. In table, we have the 50. The phone number is 20, and we have the email, which is 100 of characters length. So WSTR and 100. In table, we have a additional column package name. But in our flat file, we do not have this column. So we will drive this column further down the data pipeline. So this is how we can then preview the data after performing these advanced operations. It displays some data as a preview. We can skip there any rows if we want. Otherwise, this is uh, the representation of or the preview of the data after applying the data type conversion or renaming the columns, etc. So this is how we can uh, uh, browse a file, and we can set the row delimiter and column delimiter, and then perform the advanced operations such as changing the column names and their data types. And if we want, we can remove this column, or any number of columns we can delete if we don't need. So but we require all the columns, so that's why I have not deleted any column, but we can. And then in the derived column transformation, I have derived a column package name, which is in our destination table. So we want to provide the value to this column in the data flow pipeline. So I have used this system variable package name. It is available inside this package variables, package name. So we have to drag it and cast it properly as per our, it is 250 and bar chart. So we have casted it properly. I don't need this. We have already column this. And then we have the ADO-net destination. In destination, we have to provide the connection manager name in which our destination table is available, and the table name. We can choose this table where we want to insert the data. If we want, we wish, we can view the data if the data is available in this table. This table is empty right now. You can see this table doesn't have any data. And mapping. In the mapping, we have mapped all the columns, but the customer ID left is the input columns, at right side are the columns of the table, destination columns. For customer ID, I have ignored this one because we will generate a identity column, because we have taken this as a primary key and it is a identity column. So we do not map this column. Others columns are mapped properly. And in error output, I do not have. This is the default one, fail component on error. So let it fail if there is any error. So we can execute this package. Let's execute this package. So before that, we have seen that this table is empty. This doesn't have any data. So let's execute this package. And it loaded the 16 records. It read from the file the 16 records. It added a new column, the package name, and then it loaded into the destination table. So let's see in the table. Yes, we have all the 16 records there, and this by this package the number of records 16 were loaded. So this is how we can uh, create the flat file connection manager and set the row delimiter, column delimiter, their locale, their code page, and can skip the rows if we want, right? In advance, we can perform column renaming, column deletion, and data type conversion, then can preview the data also. So after creating this flat file connection manager to the file, we have to use this flat file source, and we have to provide this connection manager to this flat file source, and see all the columns are shown there, and then insert into the destination. So this is how we can load a CSV file into the table.